All right, let's dive right in. Let me ask you something. What's the single most valuable asset in your company? Hint, it's not the software, it's not the real estate, it's your people, right? And today, we're going to talk about the biggest shift, a revolution in how we empower them. We're talking about moving from old school desk-bound training to learning that literally fits in the palm of their hand.
So, let me just ask you this straight up. Is your company's training stuck at a desk? Think about it. We live in a world that is always on the go, so why on earth would your development strategy still chain people to a computer from, 9 to 5?
And this really paints the picture of that massive shift, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old way. You know the drill. Fixed hours, stuck at a desk, a one-size-fits-all approach that, let's be honest, probably fits no one. But now, we're moving to the new way. It's on demand, it's on the go, and most importantly, it's personalized. So let's dig into why this change isn't just nice to have, it's absolutely critical.
Okay, so before we can really appreciate the solution, we first have to get our heads around the scale of the problem we're trying to solve. Let's take a look at why those traditional training methods just aren't cutting it for the modern workforce anymore.
Take a look at this number, 80%. That is a huge number. So what does it mean? Well, that's the percentage of the entire global workforce that isn't sitting at a desk all day. We're talking about the folks on the factory floor, the technicians out in the field, the retail associates helping customers. For them, desktop-based training, it's not just a hassle, it's pretty much impossible.
And here's the wild part. At the exact same time, there are literally billions of these smartphones. They're already in the hands of almost every single employee. So you see, the tool to reach that massive deskless workforce, it's not some expensive new tech you need to go buy. It's already there. It's in their pockets. The challenge isn't the technology. It's our strategy.
So the big question is, how do we bridge that gap? How do we connect our training to where our people actually are? Well, that brings us right to the answer, the anytime, anywhere solution. We're talking about mobile learning, the solution built from the ground up for today's employee.
Okay, so what are we really talking about when we say mobile learning or, M-learning for short? It's actually super simple. It's just delivering learning and development through the devices we never leave home without, our smartphones and our tablets. And that right there is the game changer. It means learning can happen, well, anytime and anywhere.
And this is where the real magic happens. See, mobile learning doesn't interrupt the workday. It fits into it. It becomes part of the natural flow. Just picture this for a second. An employee is on their commute and they knock out a 5-minute lesson, where a salesperson is about to walk into a big meeting and they quickly pull up a product spec right on their phone. That is what we mean by learning in the flow of work.
All right, so we've established that learning can happen anywhere. But what does that actually feel like for your team? Let's dive into the core benefits and see how this approach completely flips the script on engagement and empowerment.
Okay, one of the biggest reasons this works so well is this idea of bite-sized learning. Forget about those hour-long mind-numbing modules. We're talking about taking big, complex topics and breaking them down into these short, super-focused chunks. You might hear it called microlearning. It's that 2-minute video, that quick little quiz that gives you exactly what you need at the exact moment you need it.
And the results? Well, the impact on engagement is just staggering. Look at this chart. Traditional training, if you're lucky, might get 15% engagement. But with mobile microlearning, you can see engagement rates soar past 80%. And the why behind it is pretty simple, right? It's fast, it's relevant, and it actually respects the employee's time.
What this really does is put the employee in control. They're in the driver's seat of their own development. It's all about learning on their terms, not yours. They can start a lesson on the bus, pause it when a customer walks in, go back and replay a concept that was a little tricky, and just master the material at a pace that works for them. That kind of autonomy, that is incredibly empowering.
But maybe the most powerful benefit of all is this. Mobile learning is truly inclusive. It just smashes those old walls between the people in the office and the rest of the workforce. So now, that field technician out at a job site or that retail associate on the floor, they get the exact same opportunity to learn and grow as someone sitting at headquarters. It finally levels the playing field for every single person on the team.
Okay, so having an engaged and empowered team is fantastic. We all want that. But let's get down to brass tacks. What does this actually mean for the business, for the bottom line? Let's make that direct connection between this learning style and real, tangible business results.
The whole idea here is actually pretty simple. When learning stops being a separate event and becomes a seamless tool that helps people solve problems right in the moment, performance doesn't just improve, it improves organically.
People are just better at their jobs because they're more informed and more confident.
And hey, the numbers back this up. We're seeing that employees finish their training courses almost 45% faster on mobile devices. Now think about what that really means. It's not just about convenience. It means they're learning more efficiently, they're getting those new skills faster, and they're applying that knowledge on the job way sooner.
And it all comes together in what I like to call the trifecta of mobile learning ROI, the return on investment. What you get is this powerful combination. First, improved performance on the job. Second, way higher employee satisfaction because your people feel like you're actually investing in them. And third, that leads to better retention. Because let's face it, an employee who feels supported and sees a path for growth, that's a loyal employee.
So where does all this lead? This brings us to the future of work. Because at the end of the day, we're not just talking about a cool new training tool. We're talking about building a foundational pillar of a modern, thriving company culture. So look, if you take away just one single thing from all this, let it be this. Mobile learning is not a fad. It's not a trend that's going to fade away. It is a core strategic investment in your number one asset, your people. It sends a massive signal that you trust them, you value their time, and you're genuinely committed to their growth no matter where their job takes them.
And so, we want to leave you with a question to think about. In a world that is constantly, relentlessly on the move, how are you going to empower your team to learn right along with it? Because finding the answer to that won't just change your training program. It is the power to completely redefine your entire employee experience. Thanks so much for joining us.